still don't hear us.
1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4. Is your audio up?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on.
1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4.
This has got to be the most annoying part of all these streams that people are like, "What the fuck?" Bang.
We're on. Haha.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So we're good.
We are good. Good. 2 go.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
So the podcast recording is already like 10 minutes in, by the way.
All right.
So
It's not the first time.
You're just gonna have to skip a bunch of that, but
Cool.
my only concern is hopefully the video and audio are synced.
I'm quite sure they should be.
All right. Ready?
Open up Discord. I'm hopping on Discord. My name is Discord. Hey, look, it's me.
All right. All right, Rooney. All right, I think we're good to go. Looks like we're good.
We're looking.
Everybody in the chat? Yeah,
Pretty
they all
good.
said great. Thanks, guys. And girls. Thanks, everybody. What the fuck? Hold on. All right, there we go. Weighing down my stuff, baby. All right, as you can see here, or if you can hear here,
Here.
the audio is the same because we already had baller out audio. But now I got a better camera, which is really just the phone camera, but we're able to move off. Hopefully this will solve the video and audio issues we had the last couple times because it's on a better system. If not, it didn't. So there's
your
that.
fault.
But you ready to go? We got a lot of stuff going on here. Why am I looking at like a blue fucking dude?
I got my Pac-Man hat.
Oh, it's because I probably am showing on how do I hide?
Discord.
Bang. No, show participants without video. That's still doing it. I don't want to see. Show participants without video? No.
We're both just tickling the screen.
I'm just... It's literally just not hiding. Whatever. I don't even fucking care. All right. Anyways. Should be able to hear us. Hopefully the video and audio. My finger looks so weird when I'm like poking this thing.
Yeah.
It looks like E.T. Phone home. You got trivia for today?
I do have.
Welcome to Glad
trivia
You Game Pod. No. It's so hard to set that up. Can you talk real quick?
I can talk real quick.
Okay, perfect.
I can talk really quick. I can talk the fastest you ever heard.
Yeah. All right. All right. Anyways, so yeah, we're hopefully the new stuff's good. So let's do a little E3 2021 recap. We're gonna talk about a couple things this week. Obviously, it's Father's Day, Father's Dia, maybe. I guess that would be like Padre.
Dia de Padre.
Yeah, Dia de Padre, Dia de Papi. But anyways,
That's a different day.
oh, that's every day. That's the bedroom, baby. All right. Yeah, so let's talk some E3 action. Let's get at that ass. So obviously we did this as like part one when we had, well, really there was two parts because we fucked it up. But we did this before E3 was over. The biggest announcement since we last left you, right? Since we last had you here.
Yeah. What is it?
Nintendo
Yeah. What did they do?
dropped a bomb.
What they drop? What they drop?
Battle Royale. No. They dropped Breath of the Wild 2. We got an announcement, and it's going to come out in 2022, so it's next year. We're getting our Breath of the Wild 2. There wasn't a ton of additional information about it.
I'm excited.
But it looks awesome. They did literally have one scene where he's dropping in from the clouds. And I saw Paris, who's Vicious, I think 696. He hosted the Xbox press conference on Thursday, the deep dive for like Halo and stuff.
Yeah.
He sent out a tweet that's like, Nintendo officially announced, Breath of the Wild Battle Royale, and I was like, it looked exactly like you're jumping into Battle Royales. I was like, oh my god, that's hilarious.
Do you
So
think
many
that was
people are probably going to
intentional?
believe it too. I don't know, probably not. Because it's like, what would they have to gain from that? Because they're not going to do that. It's like
Being hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know if they're that. I don't know if they acknowledge
They're
like
that self-aware.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but it does look fucking great. I mean, it looks like it got all the same stuff we had. A lot of people. So the biggest topic about this is like weapon degradation, or
Yeah.
how do you like if it's going to have it or not?
I kind of hope it does because it keeps it dynamic. It is a pain in the ass mechanic.
Yeah.
But in the same way that like looking for ammo in a Resident Evil is a pain in the ass mechanic. Like
That's true. Unless you beat it and you get infinite ammo, baby, rocket launch that ass. But yeah, I always fucking hated that shit. Like in Oblivion, any game that has like weapon degradation. But like, you know,
it also makes your
like degrading weapons is a bitch. But at the same point, like, it kind of makes sense. Like you kill a bunch of people with a sword, it's gonna dull.
Yeah,
it doesn't like break in half, but
and it's cool that like your upgraded weapons last longer.
Yeah, it gives.
It's not just like it does more
meaningful
damage. It's like a sword still stabs people, but if you have like a rusty old sword, it's gonna break after you like hit a couple things.
I mean, so that was like the biggest topic is like, do you want that or not? I know it was in the original. I can see both arguments for it because it is a pain in the ass, but it does kind of like you said, give you more reason to be like upgrade your weapon and stuff, and also gives you more reason that when you're fighting and doing all these like creep hunting essentially.
Yeah.
What weapon am I going to use? Because you have to mentally be like, well, that's going to break, or I got to make like 6 of them because it's going to break, and I need to make sure I have the materials to do that. So it's like,
I also love the little mechanics that they put into it too, where like if you have a weapon that is about to break and you throw it instead of hitting somebody,
that was throwing and hitting somebody.
If it breaks during the throw, you get like triple damage or something like that.
Oh, that's all because it's broken into multiple pieces.
Yeah.
That is pretty dope, actually. I didn't even know they did that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's just little. I watched like this whole video about like the mechanics of it,
fucking
like
nerd.
what all the different pluses and minuses mean and stuff like that, which was super interesting in its own right. But yeah, I think it's like one of those things where like, and if you do get like the best of the best, having to use it and not like you can either use it and one day it will break, or you can like put it on display in your house and you never get like the advantage of using that. I mean, is again like a parallel to real life where it's like if you get some like sweet samurai sword, you just leave that shit on the shelf. You're not going out there hacking down trees or whatever daily activities a samurai sword could substitute for. Cutting a steak. But no, you know what I'm saying. Like some things you have for show, some things you have for utility.
Yep.
And some things live in that in between.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's just
it looks like you might be able to play a Zelda in this.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about that actually.
It could just be Link with his hair down. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know. That would be interesting to kind of being able to play as Zelda. I hope it's just Link though. I kind of like that we always play as Link. I also like that every time a Zelda game comes out. And like I said, I'm not the biggest Zelda player. Like, I hardly play them, but I know that you play as Link. And I love that every time a Zelda game comes out and people use the picture, they're like, "Oh, look at Zelda." It's like, that's Link.
Yeah.
Zelda is also not the main character. The main character is Link, and it's just the legend of Zelda. It's about Zelda, who's basically the princess. But that's like saying in the Mario world, Peach is like it's basically Zelda is Peach.
Yeah.
But you don't play as her. I mean, you can, but it's like
Mario
you really play
is
as Mario.
the Legend of Peach.
Right? Yeah. It is, and it's like Twilight Plumber, but so yeah, I do always find that every single time a new one comes out, someone's always like, "Oh, look at that! It's to Zelda." It's like it's never been Zelda.
It's just like my favorite. It's like the ultimate like out of touch newscaster or something like where you get to run around as Zelda. It's like, nope.
And you're like, "All right, Jim,
good job, pal. Stick to the weather."
Actually, one thing because I actually don't know this. Have you ever played a Zelda?
Not that I know of. Only in Smash Brothers and stuff like
outside,
that.
But I'm saying like outside of like Smash and like mods.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't even think you get to
I
play
don't think.
Sheik,
Yeah, I don't think
Zelda.
it's ever. I don't think it's
Spoilers.
ever happened. Yeah. But there is the rumors that it's like Zelda's playable, but apparently it was debunked. So we'll see.
Womp womp.
Yeah, sorry to shut that down so quickly for you, Sage.
Yeah.
But no, that'd be cool. They're. I mean, if they haven't let us play her by now, it's like why would they start?
Yeah.
Because Link's really the story. But it's like, but at the same point, it's like, how many games can you make about the same person being captured or whatever? And also, like,
that is kind of the beautiful thing is like the whole story is this weird, like Ganon comes back every 100 years or every millennia, and you have to. It's kind of like a reincarnation thing or something like that, where like all these characters exist, and it just plays out in a different way every time, and you're still like the same forces.
Jess is intrigued.
Yeah,
it's crazy, but hey, whatever. That's probably the biggest announcement since we left you. Then they did the Halo deep dive, which is basically a multiplayer deep dive. It actually looks pretty cool. I mean, they have a new they have a new vehicle that looks like the Warthog, except you can like store shit in it. It's called the Razorback, and you can like store weapons in it, which is pretty cool.
That's kind of fun.
They went over some of the equipment. There's like classic Halo multiplayer and kind of the new abilities you can do. There is a battle pass, but it's one-time fee. It's not like you pay for each season.
Oh my
if you
God.
buy it, you
That's
get it
awesome.
for each season and previous season, so you can get all this stuff before.
Cool.
And it's like, well, that's pretty dope. It's like, I don't know how that works exactly, because it's like, is that just like the $60 to buy the game then?
I guess
because like,
well, because it's free to play, right?
and then when do you put the new battle pass on? Because then it's like that's how they make a lot of money, is like Valorant, Call of Duty, all this shit. Like you buy, you have the microtransactions for the skins and stuff in the game, but then you also have the battle passes, which is like every season you make a new one.
So can you educate me, because this is something I've always like been a little gray on?
Sure.
You have a free to play multiplayer, right? Isn't that what they're advertising with that?
Halo is free to play multiplayer, correct?
So what is the difference between that and the battle pass? Like, what are you getting?
The battle pass gives you like the skins. You get like, you can get different like look colors, skins for your guns, for you, all that kind of shit. That's it. It's all cosmetic stuff that you can get.
So the different seasons are just different.
They're different.
upgrades
It's
to
different. It's basically different suits and customization and shit like that, and like cool things that you can probably spray paint and shit like that. Like that's what like Valorant does.
It would be
But
sweet
it's
if you
cosmetic.
like
It's not
got
like-
to
It's not performance based.
if you got to update the Warthog and Razorback and stuff like that, and then once you hopped in it as a driver, then it would like transform to whatever your.
Well, you can like paint it and stuff like that, and make your own versions of each one of these things.
Yeah, but I'm assuming once it's multiplayer, it like kind of
In multiplayer, like you'll have your own look of it if you're driving.
of the war. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's normal like green or whatever, and then you hop in and it's like and just.
But no, yeah, you can paint it, is what I'm saying.
Dope.
And then if I paint mine orange when I'm driving it, it's orange.
Hell yeah.
At least I'm pretty sure that was part of this thing. We're just gonna say that's true. I'm comfortable saying that's true. And if not, 343, you suck. Just make it true. Like I want to make my
You
own
can consult us
tie-dyed
next
Razorback,
time.
but you can, because their customization. I mean, I kind of like almost got tired watching. You can customize everything now, like to the visor color, like your gloves, the visor color, everything. So it's like you get the battle pass, you can customize. You're gonna get all this additional shit you can customize and different looks, just like Call of Duty, Valorant, all that shit, Fortnite. Or you can just buy the skins that you want, so you don't buy the battle pass. But generally, I always find the battle pass to be interesting. Like I actually do buy the battle pass on Valorant, but I won't buy skins themselves because the skins themselves, they're like $50 for one pack of skins.
Yeah,
it's $10 for a battle pass that lasts 3 months, and you get like you get a ton of skins and all that spray paints, all this kind of background color stuff. That I'm like, I can justify. One, Valorant was free. So I'm like, I can buy at least 5 or 6 battle passes because I put that much time in that, right? So that's $60 like a game. I bought like it 3 times, so I spent like $30 on the game, and I get like kind of cool customization. Now you don't get the best skins and stuff because they want you to just buy those skins.
Yeah,
and those are like $60, like $40 to $50, and like they look fucking awesome. But I'm like, I'm not doing a one-time purchase for this thing in the game. I'll do the battle pass, so then it's like, because you also don't get everything. You have to play enough to get to the skins.
yeah.
Like Valorant, there's like
It's like
50
buying goofy rims for your car. It's like, do they actually make the car look cooler, or do they just let people know you have money?
Right, exactly. But like at least the battle pass, it still makes you feel like you're working towards something, because if you buy it, it's still, there's like 50 levels, so you have to play to get to level 50. It's
Okay.
when you buy it, you start at level 1. And then your experience like unlocks each level.
Cool.
So, but the cool thing about it is, like in Valorant, which I'm assuming Halo will probably do, you progress through the battle pass. Even if you don't buy it, you just can't use any of the stuff. But if you buy it, you'll automatically start at level like 40. If you played for a month, a bunch of matches, and you earned all that XP, it's not like you have to start from 0. It's like, oh no, you know what? I did play enough to unlock this gun skin that I actually do want. So I will buy it. So then I'll unlock that immediately. So like that's kind of cool. But anyways, back to specifically Halo. You can customize everything. I mean, the guns, the visor, every fucking thing is customized, which is kind of like the move now, because you can micromanage all that kind of shit. Microtransactions, I mean, and you can micromanage all of it. Actually, they did say there will be no loot boxes or randomization system in the game, which is interesting. Once you buy the battle pass, you're free to continue leveling it up forever. If you buy multiple battle passes, you can choose which one to pour your progression into. I'm not entirely sure why you would have multiple battle passes, but that's a thing. Because I think it's like you get that season and below.
Okay.
And then the other one, but I'm not really entirely sure. Like that, I wasn't clear on. But yeah, they have a ton of like stuff you can change. It looks cool. I mean, they did a really good job. They have the grappling hook now and stuff. The deep dive definitely made it look awesome. They had the big team battle, which is going to be 24 players on large vehicle friendly map.
12v12 or 24v24?
Supporting 24 players total, so it's 12v12. It looks pretty cool. Crossplay, split screen, 120 frames per second support, all this kind of shit. So that's definitely very, very cool. And it's got the split screens back, which is great because you want to just jump in if you're on the same console at someone's house. But yeah, Halo Infinite looks great. It looks like the game should have been last year. But like we always say, delaying a game is never a negative. Like it's negative why they have to do it, but it just makes the game better.
Yeah.
And this is the game that everybody probably wanted last year, but this was not the game you were going to get last year.
Yep.
So it's just nice that it's like, all right, now you're going to get the game that you wanted. Xbox did a great job, and we'll just say it at the end of this: Xbox clearly was the best conference E3, like
absolutely
by far. And Nintendo really kind of stepped it up and got close, but I would say overall Xbox is easily the favorite. Then I'd say Nintendo. Then it's kind of like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Like it was like nothing else was really that.
What was the
exciting.
best trailer?
I really liked the Dying Light 2 trailer that showed like the day-night cycle stuff. I thought that was just interesting, but it was more of like a developer deep dive stuff. I thought that was most interesting. From a cinematic trailer perspective, I would say the one that hooked me the most, at least, is Redfall.
Okay.
That was the vampire like Xbox exclusive game.
Yep.
Obviously, Starfield I'm really pumped about, but there was no gameplay. It was kind of like
there were a
first
couple of different
Interstellar
vampire ones because Bloodhunt's vampire too, right?
Yes. Well, isn't that Redfall?
Maybe. No, I think they're different games. I could be wrong.
I'm
usually wrong, but
I mean, the Guardians trailer is pretty sick too. And then Mario plus Rabbids sequel. Avatar was a pretty good one. But if I had to pick just one, I would say it's probably Redfall is the one I'm most excited about. Like by far. How about you?
I'm gonna just hop on the bandwagon and 2042.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean, it was just
it just gets you pumped.
As far as a freaking trailer, it was like the music track, like the way it built up, because like everything started like a little slow, and you called it out first, like that little lull where you're in the elevator, and it just gives you that quick, like showing you how you can quick change your
attachments, which is crazy awesome. It's like if you bought them and you have them for the gun, just swap them out. That's fucking great.
Yep. Yeah, instead of going into like a full menu and everything, which it was one of those that I saw like clips of it. I saw little like Instagram things, and I'm like, it's just another fucking Battlefield. Like another giant like online people flying around.
But we haven't had it for so long.
And then I like actually sat down and
watched
turned on the sound system, put it on the big screen, and I'm like, this is gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's clear that they really took the time to curate not only the trailer but the game itself, and be like, they said they spent 3 years making the weather mechanics for it, which is why
I could believe it.
Which is like because they used I think it's frostbite or snowbite. I forget which one. Here, I'll just tell you.
I'm not sure. I'm not a big engine guy.
It was frostbite, but I thought they had a snowdrop, but I might be thinking. No, it's using frostbite. Okay. So it is using frostbite. Yeah, it said This is the article. Frostbite worked on it for 3 years for the weather and Levolution system tech.
That's cool.
Which is crazy. Like, but it's awesome because it's. I mean, good judging by the trailer. Obviously, it saw some in-game stuff.
Yeah. I mean, just tornado
Looks
physics
pretty fucking
alone.
awesome.
Tornado physics alone has to be like a motherfucker to put together. Like to have going from like wind and whatever, and then the closer you get to it, the stronger it is, and like just appropriately programming gravity is like enough of a thing, and then you factor in all those other like factors and vehicles.
Don't even think about tornadoes. Like you got hurricanes, monsoons, like all the super weather, like the geostorms. And then also just because I said it sporadically, but Levolution is the dynamic battlefield that Battlefield does. So it's like you can every multiplayer map you can fundamentally change, like blow up the buildings fall over, whatever collapses, you can make it different each time. Like you're like, fuck, I need to go through here. Well, I'll make a shortcut. I'll just blow the wall open. Bang.
Yep.
It's what makes that dynamic environment. That's what they call Levolution, which is pretty awesome. I like the evolution of levels, which is awesome.
Do you know? Do you know what the word for that is? Just for a little sage vocab.
For what, naming things?
When you put two words together and make it one word.
Oh, level and evolution together? Yeah. No, I know it's not a palindrome.
It's a portmanteau.
Portmanteau. There you go. No shit ho. No. Just was looking for something to rhyme, and that's all I could think about. There's
not many words that rhyme with an obscure French.
That is pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool. I mean, it's all right.
A free fill, a free refill?
I would say it's so-so. It's like, comme ça?
It's close.
Yeah. Well, since you wrote out the French, I'm like, I know one thing in French, and it's just so-so. It's like, how you doing? I'm doing all right.
Comme ça.
Yep. And I knew Sage would get that, and everybody else that we just explained what it means. So there you go. But Battlefield is definitely high up there. I guess I was thinking about new IP, but yeah, Battlefield would be my like existing IP for sure. Starfield would be if we saw gameplay. We just didn't. So it was kind of like the first Interstellar trailer where it gets you really jacked up, but you never really saw a ton of the movie.
I was also really excited for Replaced. I believe that's the one that's like that weird 8-bit, but like dynamic lighting 8-bit.
Yeah. It looks weird. It looks really interesting.
Yeah. The worst part about it is I'm not sure if I'm going to play it. I'm just going to be a real big cheerleader for it.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily seem like my type of game. I'll see. I'll see how it comes out, what it comes out on, and if I pick it up. But it looks beautiful.
All this shit looks great. I mean, Outer Worlds 2 looked incredible, and it was a hilarious trailer, very good narrative.
Yeah.
They wrote for that, so. I mean, there is a bunch, but yeah. I mean, Xbox won this. Redfall for me, which is not the same game, by the way. And Battlefield 2042 for you, which is also the fucking what are they called? Wingsuit thing looks fucking awesome.
Yep.
And just diving into a geostorm fucking thing. He's like a superstorm. It looks awesome. I mean, I may change it to Battlefield 2042. Like now that you said that, I'm like, how am I not fucking saying that's incredible? But no, it's awesome. And like, yeah, like all the people saying we suck Sony's dick. Like Xbox had the best E3. I'm going to tell you what just is the best thing.
Yeah.
I just love gaming. Generally, there just happens to be PlayStation happens to kick the living shit out of Xbox.
You don't need to explain yourself. Yeah. You don't need to explain yourself.
I do want to say one fucking thing on my little J rant because I need to have one. It's if you don't like PlayStation or you don't like Xbox, that's fine. It's idiotic, but it's fine. Just play the console or the games that your friends are on, that you want, that have the games you want to play, and be happy. That's the whole point. Everybody just wants to play games and have a good time and be happy. What I don't understand is when people debate people online, which happened to me because people are like, there's no exclusive on PlayStation. I'm like, well, they announced there's going to be 25 exclusive games. They just haven't announced them yet because they didn't have their E3 press conference. So everybody's like, Xbox have all these games. And they were putting a list up. There's this list that's going viral. And it's like 20 games for Xbox and like 7 for PlayStation 5 that's are exclusive titles.
Yeah.
All 7 for PlayStation 5 are playable right now. Not a single one of the Xbox ones are playable. They're all just announced. And Sony said there's 25 we still have yet to announce that are exclusive. So it's like, if you do the math, it's still more. But it's like, they haven't been announced. But it's like, that list is every like, Xbox is kicking the shit out of them. Like, but you can play all the PlayStation ones. I can't play any of the fucking Xbox ones on the list. Maybe one like now as of this week. It's like, it's crazy. Also, like, who gives a shit? Just play what you're going to play. And honestly, everybody's going to end up getting both. Like, you're going to have PC and PlayStation 5 or Xbox and PlayStation when they're cheaper. Like, because I want to play Starfield. I'm going to get it either on Game Pass for PC or I'm going to get the Xbox Series S because I'm going to play Starfield. There's no way I don't. Which is funny that this week they actually came out and apologized to PlayStation fans for, they're like, we had to make it exclusive, we were sorry and stuff. Because it's like, it is crazy that they made like Elder Scrolls and stuff, which are massive third-party games, just going first party. We haven't seen it a ton, so it's like crazy. It would be basically like if Sony buys BioWare and then makes like all the BioWare games become exclusive to PlayStation. Like Xbox would be like, what the fuck? And it's so funny because Xbox people are like, oh yeah, you don't like exclusive, whatever. Except before these announcements, all the Xbox people were like, Sony's against this. Everybody should play everything on this. There's just exclusives are dumb. Now when they have the exclusives like that.
It just reminds me a lot of like sports and stuff like that, where it's like, oh yeah, like you guys fucking suck, and then once your team loses, it's like, well, it was really this guy's fault, and the refs like fucking blew it.
But at least that like you're cheering for, like you're all watching the NFL. The console is the NFL.
Well, games are the NFL.
No, because I would say it's the console. It's like you're talking about different. It's like I can't watch football on my console. Is like what they're saying. It's like I don't have the package to watch that, and it's like, all right, that does suck. But what I was trying to say is that, so with the exclusives, so like one of them is Ratchet and Clank, right? Rift Apart, which is great. And if you Google it, it's everything on Google, including this one website is how long to beat. The entire website is just how long it takes to beat games. It is not biased. It is just like a list of, an aggregate list of how long people take to beat things. Now, you have IGN and stuff has all the same information.
Yeah.
And it says like a platinum run is 16 hours, a general run's like 13. So your average is between like 14 and 15, depending on difficulty level. And like speed runs are obviously gonna be faster than that. So all these people are like, well, yeah, but why are you spending $70 on Ratchet and Clank? It's a 6-hour game. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's a 13-hour campaign at a minimum. Like, and for me, it's like 15. And they're like this. I'm like, did you even play this game? And I'm going back and forth, and they're like, no, but this YouTube video, all the YouTube playthroughs are 6 hours. I'm like,
they're fucking speed runs.
They're speed running it. They're also playing on the easiest fucking difficulty and just like beelining it to finish it as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Which is just speed running it.
Yeah.
If they're actually playing the entire, and I was like, did you watch those? They're like, no, I can just look at the time code. I'm like, so you don't actually know when they started. If they're also skipping
Mario 64 only gives you like an hour and 30 minutes of playtime. That's crazy.
Yeah, and they're also skipping every cutscene and all this. I'm like, that's not even like when I'm playing the game. I'm trying to, especially a multiplayer game. Like Call of Duty, I don't give a fuck about the cutscenes.
Yeah,
Ratchet Clank, it's like Last of Us. You're not skipping the cutscene because the story is important because it's a single player narrative story.
Yeah,
you want to know the story. If you're cutting out the story, it's like, yeah. I mean, it's not like Metal Gear Solid 4, which was like 25 hours of cutscenes, which was crazy and
it's a lot of cutscenes.
Legitimate, I think it was like 21. Was like the end. It was like a full day of like
how.
They fit. It's crazy, and I mean,
I watched. They even like sell a physical copy for that?
Multiple cutscenes were 2 hours long. Yeah, it was nuts. They had dual layer Blu-rays, man. They have 50 gigs a day. They can hold all of it. But, anyways, that's just. But like that is so fucking stupid to me. Also, it's like, hey, also if that really was a 6-hour game, which it's fucking not. And I was like, IGN this, like that's not even a real site. I'm like. All right, like let's not get into the news shit where it's like this is just an aggregate list of like
fake news, fake news.
You know, but YouTube says this. It's like, all right, you just sound like a fucking idiot. My whole point is, you want to like Xbox, that's fine. You want to like Sony, that's fine. But like when you're debating like this, and it's like, have you played this game? No. And you're debating with someone who has played it, then is using what IGN would be considered a normal game news source. How to Beat would be considered a reliable gaming source. Like. Because it's just an aggregate list of how long these things take. It's like, obviously, there's going to be outliers for speed runs and shit like that, which is what the YouTube videos are going to do.
Yeah.
But it's like, why are you debating me about... That's like me never watching, like, the fucking Lord of the Rings and be like, dude, it's a 45-minute movie. Like, no, it says runtime's in 3.5 hours. Like, no, dude, it's a 45-minute movie. It says 45 minutes on YouTube. Well, yeah, on YouTube, they cut, like, 15...
Yeah,
like they watch it at 2.5 times speed.
Greatest hits.
Yeah,
it's just
or they like just 2.5 times speed it, and they're like, yeah, 2.5 times speed. It's 44 minutes. I'm like, that's speed running the movie. Like, it's the same thing. And it's like, why are you debating with me about, like, how are we at this point where you're just debating run times of shit? I'm like, shut the fuck up. There is this, they actually know how long every cutscene is because they're timed scenes. Yeah. And there's playable time where you can only move so fast through an area. So that is how these things happen. It's like, why are you like, if the Halo Infinite multiplayer or in single story player is like, let's say 10 hours, right? People are like, why are you paying $70 for Halo Infinite? It's a 10-hour storyline, but the multiplayer is free to play, right? So you're paying $70 just for the single player. It's like, great. It's like, well, actually, on YouTube it was 3 hours. I'm like, so why are you paying for that 3 hours? It's like, but it's not.
Another
like,
analogy.
When you play it, it's like, but I'm trying to make it for Xbox. It's like when you play it, you're not going to skip every cutscene, or else you really don't care about. You just want to finish the game. You don't care about the story at all.
Yeah,
which is fine, but like that's really, you play the single player story, single player campaign for the story. Period. You're not playing for anything else. You're just playing multiplayer, which is fine. But or if it's like the second run through, yeah, you're gonna do cutscenes. It's gonna be faster. It's like Resident Evil 8. It's like, dude, yeah, the first time that took me like 16 hours beat because I was doing all this shit. Now I'm like 8 because I've infinite ammo in my grenade launcher, and I'm just drilling through this motherfucker.
God forbid you like introduce like multiple playthroughs and stuff like that, because
right.
That's like saying like multiplayer is only 5 minutes of fun. It's like,
right, but you played I play for 20 hours a day. Like Call of Duty Warzone match, you could die immediately. Like that match lasted 90 seconds. Why? So yeah, but you're playing it for 7 hours every day with your friends.
Yeah,
there is replayability is a thing. And by the way, if every replay is 6 hours, that's great. And I would replay Ratchet, and there is a lot of replay reason for Ratchet and Clank too. There is like a new game play, so there are reasons for it. But anyway, that was just fucking stupid to me. Like console wars, whatever. Debating like runtimes of games, debating runtimes of games is so fucking stupid. It's just like that's just how long the game is. Unless you're skipping everything, you're speedrunning it, and if you're doing that, you are simply just not enjoying the game, and you're just trying to do this to show off to something. That's it. There is no way you are getting enjoyment out of that, unless it's like your 5th time of playing the game. You're like, now I'm just trying to see how fast I can do it.
Yeah.
But on that, your first time playing the game. I do not believe, and you are full of fucking shit if you're just cutting every cutscene and not doing it, because you're just not enjoying the game. Period. Done. Fuck yourself. All right, I'm off that.
Don't worry, you'll hop back on in 20 seconds.
Pendulum or podium, but like whatever. I was actually looking for pedestal. Out of all those things, there was still valid terminology in there. But anyways. It's just fucking stupid. And the console wars are dead anyways. The console wars, like, you're debating who's getting more money. Just enjoy your fucking games and shut the fuck up and stop being such an asshole online. I'm fine trolling people and being a dick to people.
But if people troll me.
They're not trolling me. I just watch other people do it. And there's like a point where it's like, you're just not based on reality anymore. And it's so fucking annoying. Yeah. And it's like almost like politics. And it's like, Jesus, fuck. Just like draw a line in the sand where we all agree, like, this is where we agree we can fight on. Everything else, it's like, you're now not in reality anymore. And you're just yelling at nothing and no one. Shut your fucking mouth. You don't matter. And also, your opinion does not always matter. You can have one. It doesn't mean it matters. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. Play the game. Enjoy the game on any console you want. And fucking live your life. Jesus Christ. Still off the pedestal. Been off it the whole time. All right. Anyway, so one thing, going back to Xbox, that I fucking love about Xbox, and I am incredibly pissed, annoyed that Sony does not do this, and this is something they should do. This is not Game Pass. Obviously, it's the best deal in gaming. Not going there. Xbox has brought back the Xbox Design Lab, which is one of the coolest fucking things they do.
What's the Xbox Design Lab?
They did it before. It's now on for the Series X. You can control 100% of the design of your controller, and they ship it to you same price as a normal controller. Or actually, I think normal controllers are $60 now. These are like 70, but I could be wrong. These are $70, but I could be wrong that the new ones are 70 as well.
Okay.
But everything, you control the thumbstick color, the bumpers color, the buttons color, anything on that controller. Yeah. You can change the color and look of.
That's pretty dope.
There's like 20 options of everything, so you can really make it into like your personality. It's so fucking cool. And then you can also do engravings on it and stuff. It's
damn,
which is only $9.99, so extra $10, so like $80. But that's it, and you can get them. They ship like immediately. That is awesome, and I fucking love it. So I was like deep diving on that. I mean, I'm probably gonna make a Glad You Game Xbox controller, and yeah, it's like, I mean, the body, the bumpers, the triggers, the D-pad, thumbsticks, ABXY, view, menu, share, engraving, and back.
Can everything, you get stuff printed on it?
That's the engraving I'm talking about.
Okay.
I bought like Sage loves to suck dick.
Yeah.
And they'll put that.
But we can't put like our whole logo on.
No. So it's messages.
Okay.
Not that. But that would be fucking sick if we could.
Yeah.
But I could put Sage loves to suck dick.
This is something you could put.
Yeah. Which would be fine. Pride Month, baby. We're happy for you. All right. So he's actually not gay, but if you are, fucking suck all the dick. Or don't. Like your choice. You know, whatever. All right. Now I'm like in a weird spiral. But it's the coolest thing they do. Like Game Pass is the best deal in gaming, and this is the best hardware deal in gaming.
Yeah.
I wish. Why doesn't Sony do this? And they also have like, I'm not going to count them, but let's say
Sony is boring.
It's about 20 different colors for every one of these things, and it's cool. Like the D-pad, the ABXY, and I think the D-pad. No, just ABXY, which is their buttons, and the view menu share. They have like 6 options that you can choose between.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still like they're pretty widespread. You're not going to choose like anything crazy. But other than that, everything is like 20. And it's still cool. You can design everything of the controller.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just awesome. It's just so fucking cool. And it's very like player based, like make it you. Like Sony announced 2 new colors for the PS5 controllers, the blue and the red or whatever, or it was black and red. I mean, but which is great. But it's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, give us the PlayStation Design Lab.
That's your idea of like going above and beyond for the players, and then Xbox is over here like,
yeah, they need to. I mean, I really hope they see this like, and they're like, we have to do this. So. What I'm saying,
I can tell you right now, it's probably not going to happen.
The last 2 weeks, Xbox just on top of the world, and they deserve it. Game Pass, fucking killing it. Great first-party exclusives. Finally, the narrative that Xbox has no fucking games is bullshit. Now they have games comparable to PlayStation, not more than, not better than, comparable. Welcome to being on the playing field. That's pretty much what they got to, and leave it at that. That's awesome. They're competitive. Nintendo, again, everybody just agrees is a different game. We all get it, and it's not.
They've been doing colors for a while now.
Yeah, but not even to this extent, which is crazy.
No,
it's just like, if you want to debate where Xbox is beating, it's Game Pass, Sony. It's not exclusive, but it is Game Pass. It's kicking the shit out of it. And be honest, I know Game Pass is the coolest thing. I honestly think the Design Lab is the coolest thing they do.
Yeah.
Like while the others you get a ton of games and stuff like that. It's like,
and
which
the
is
fact
fun,
that they're doing it for that price, like
right. It's not like $100. It's like if you get, I just have to look this up now.
Which is great because like that there's like so many things out there where it's like custom and it's like really you're just inputting like different. Yeah, if it's a different color, like it's probably still all built by computers anyway, so it's. No extra work is going into it. No extra time is being taken. Like, just offer people choices like that from the beginning.
So the Xbox wireless controller is $60, and they have like camo ones that are $70 that are on sale for $65. So it's about, you pay $10. So if you get a generic like black Xbox controller, just the standard one,
yeah,
it's $60. It's $70 for these Design Lab ones.
That's cool.
That is a $10 price to make it my like specific, and I feel like this is me playing every day.
That's huge.
I would pay that $10 like 100% of the time, and another $10 to engrave it. So in max, you're paying $80.
Yeah,
but that's fucking awesome. Like,
yeah, especially to make it the same price as the camo one.
Right, and it's like now you're competitive. I mean, they have no competition in this space. Game Pass, not really either, but like. My point is, if you want to debate this stuff, debate this shit. Yeah. Like the creativity, the Design Lab, PlayStation, as of right now, Father's Day 2021, no answer for. And to be honest, fucked up because it's just
that's something that takes a little while to answer though. Like you do have to have your
process
in place.
You have to have the process, but I'm sure they have these options. They just like don't set up. So I'm sure I would bet they're probably going to make a competition for this. I know Xbox had this before, But now rolling it out even more, I think this is like something that they'll actually start focusing on.
Yeah.
Because why not? And to be competitively priced, where it's $10 more than just a normal controller. I would
wish
never
more
buy
things
a normal
would do
controller.
stuff like that. Where and just outside of
like
gaming,
a la carte, whatever the fuck you want. It's great.
and especially with like all the processing and stuff now today, like how much stuff is done by computers, how much stuff is like streamlined by programming and stuff like that. There should be so much more customization in the world at large. Like, I mean, you see it at McDonald's and Xbox controllers, but like anywhere else, I feel like you're like
only two
pigeonholed
places. Have it your way.
Damn right. Damn right.
Oh, that's Burger King.
Oh.
Well, McDonald's wants you to have it too. But anyways, yeah, it's Design Lab. Fucking way to go. Like, it's awesome. And yeah, so I'm still going to hold out hope Sony will do something. And I say that because I have a PS5 right now. I don't have the Series X right now. I have my PC, so I can get the Series X controller, which is just the Xbox controller. And I probably will. And I'll use it on my PC, and I'll use it on, because I love my keyboard and mouse, like Valorant and stuff like that. I'm never not going to use a keyboard and mouse. Yeah. But there are some games like that. It's like I would rather use a controller. Like Sea of Thieves, I kind of like having a controller more than.
Speaking of,
which they got the Caribbean one, but I kind of want to go off of. Sony wasn't at E3, so it's like I keep saying, like they didn't announce. But if we go by their track record, they're going to do probably a Sony State of Play or a Sony Experience, whatever the fuck they want to call it. Probably they will announce one in July that will be in July or early August, I would bet. That's going to announce, because they have mentioned them multiple times in recent weeks. We have 25 exclusives we haven't talked about. They said, their president just said they fully support and are pushing for crossplay on everything.
All right.
Which they have been against. And so it's like, all right, they're talking about this stuff. They've
I also
mentioned
wonder if that's another one of those like marketing team versus dev team where it's like,
well, he said it's for every publisher, every gaming publisher that they have the same standout for, so unless it's specific. So I don't know, but and they just said that a few days ago. So like they're putting out quotes a lot now, and they also said they have a competitor for Game Pass. They've mentioned this all in recent weeks. They're not just saying these things and not going to just have a like they're going to have a press conference to explain all this stuff. They haven't said anything about Design Lab, but I would actually bet that if they do have like an E3 style press conference in July or August, like the PlayStation Experience, whatever. Yeah. Which is how they announced the PS5. They did their own PS5's conferences. I bet they're going to do something like that. And historically, it seems to be around July, August. So that's when to expect it, probably next month. I would actually bet they're going to have a PlayStation Design Lab, because I don't think they can. You have to, in this market, you have to be able to compete. People want customization and to feel like they are making themselves part of the process. The only way that they can get a one-up on Xbox at this point in Design Lab, if not to just get on the level, is make it also for the console. Be like, I want to put face plates that I can pop in, because there are companies that do that anyway. So it's like, dude, just fucking do it yourself.
I guess that's going to be my biggest thing, is like that. I don't think they're going to. I think they're just going to leave it to the aftermarket, because the aftermarket already knows what they're doing with that stuff anyway. It's fucking huge, and
they might not, and they might not, but
it just doesn't seem like a Sony type of thing.
But Sony makes thousands of different variations of the controllers anyways. So it's like, instead of they probably
sounds wildly exaggerated, but I'll take your word.
No, I mean, like I had 20 PlayStation 4 controllers, and they were all different colors and stuff like that.
You couldn't give me one?
I gave them all away. I did. I told you, but it was a Christmas gift for the family. But
kids only got 2 hands each.
There's 2 kids, 2 parents, and there's like 6, and they break all the time. It's fine. But
you could have given them a controller for each hand and still given me a couple.
I did this 6 months ago, so it's on you for not asking earlier. Could have asked me sooner. That's on you. So they do it, and I bet you they lose money on some of these customization. So it's like, it probably saves more money in the long run. Just like,
first off, they're not losing money on controllers.
Well, they're going to lose money on printing the color, because they just won't sell. They won't sell as many as they make, most likely. They probably have excess, so they're like, all right, put them on sale because we're not selling them as fast. It's like Xbox is like, we will make the ones that we have demand for. So it's like, yeah, I'll just make that. Great. You're making it 1-to-1. What's the additional price for that? $10. So they're making additional profit. That's not really costing them a ton of additional effort to make.
Yeah.
Assuming they have that pipeline in there, which Sony definitely has the pipeline in there because they make all these different style color controllers. Because like Xbox, like I said, it's 20 different colors. It's not like it's not RGB where it's like you're doing they're predefined colors.
Yeah.
Sony has these predefined colors. So it's really not crazy. Now, they're generally like they did with PS5. They're like, we made it this style because we wanted to make this style. They are kind of like almost like Apple, where it's like we close loop, we control our sandbox. Microsoft's like Samsung, so do all this other shit with it, like Google, right?
Yeah.
And Sony's like, well, let's do Apple. We'll give you like 6 options, and we control end to end. We what and what you say, whatever you say. Google's very successful. Apple's very successful, right?
Absolutely.
2 different ways of doing the same thing, but they both do it very well.
Yeah.
Whatever. One, you get more customization. One, more reliability, you might say. But in the end, both great products. Same thing with Xbox and Sony, right? So I hope they do, mainly because I would love to make, because I have a PS5 and I'd like to make my own. And this is something I've actually always thought would be cool, because like making the thumbsticks and stuff different colors is really cool, because you always get the black thumbsticks 99, and it's like it would be cool to kind of like make like electric green ones or something, like, or dark blue ones. Just fucking cool.
I'm
like,
thinking like different grips and stuff would be cool. Like have like the pads like slightly different.
Yeah. That's all of it's really cool. Like in the Xbox Design Lab has all, so it's like that is something cool, and it makes you feel. And we kind of gave them shit earlier about the Pride controller that they just sent out to people.
Yeah,
but they didn't.
Is that an option to select now?
No, the colors. But like, so that's the thing. You can't put like camo and stuff on it. It's just solid colors.
Yeah.
Which maybe they'll incorporate that eventually. People get
why
camo.
wouldn't you if you already have the controllers, right?
Because they sell the camo version, so it's like you have like you have those assets, right?
Yeah.
They're just like graphical assets in a video game. You have them, just overlay it. It's just printing it, right? It's painting the fucking thing.
Yeah.
So, but that would be cool. So yeah, no, you can't. I don't remember what it looks like exactly, but you can't pick the Pride custom one. So that's all. But you could pretty much make your own version of it.
Yeah.
Which is still like, hey, you know what? Gave him shit for it, but it's like, this is one way you could kind of be like, hey, well, you're allowed to make it whatever you want.
That's awesome.
So that's almost like a better way of doing it, to be honest. And it's like, that's fucking awesome. And, it's great. So I think in June 2021, you can't debate, Xbox won the month. Yeah. E3, Design Lab, Game Pass, whatever. Starfield announcements, Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be exclusive. I mean, there's no way of getting around it. Xbox won this month. Fucking great for them. Awesome. Good job. It doesn't mean PlayStation sucks. It just means, as of right now, they have a great outlook. We'll see what PlayStation's outlook is when they actually have a press conference. And then you can actually reliably debate, hey, is one failing at the other? Right now, I would say Design Lab is the coolest fucking thing I've seen. Because we've seen Game Pass for like a year now, 2 years. So it's like, and I've said to the point where I'm blue in the face, it's the best deal in gaming. So fuck off. But Design Lab, fucking cool. And it's something that not a lot of people talk about. And I think that's bullshit. Design Lab. Cool. Fuck yeah. All right, I'm off their dick. Let's go revolutionary. The one thing I think is pretty interesting is there is a viral clip going around that's fucking hilarious of this Scottish dude just like, we've got to take the fort, all these fucking cunts. And it's this old like Revolutionary War sim that can have 150 players across the battlefield. Think of Battlefield, but Revolutionary War.
There we go.
Looks hilarious. It's an RPG called Hold Fast. Hold Fast Nations at War. It's a role-playing gem, I would say. And it's awesome. And it's like you can run to these different encampments. There's a bunch of videos online of like Scottish and French dudes like being their Revolutionary like war counterpart or like colonial type war counterpart, right? Yeah. Obviously not specific to the revenue, but that time period is what I mean. So you all have the muskets and stuff, and they're like, oh, and he's like, oh, we gotta fucking fill them up, and like people just listen to these guys because they're in like the French outfit, for example, like the French colonial garb, if you will, and it's kind of like Sea of Thieves esque with that, and there are RPG classes, but it's so funny because all the guns suck. Because they're like the muskets are terrible. They can't hit shit beyond anything medium range. Have a huge bullet drop rate and a randomized spread. And it takes forever to reload each round. I'm like, yeah, because that's what it was like. But it's also like the people playing it are just like fucking. It's so inaccurate, but the people are so ridiculous in the game that it kind of has this awesome community. I mean, there's shitty people in the community too, but it's like the viral videos made it enough for me to get the game. I was like, I'm in. I haven't played it yet, but I'm so fucking in, and it looks so cool. I actually think you would probably like it too. It's just like
it does sound
colonial
fun.
warfare battlefield.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty good, and you have to kind of be strategic because the guns are so shit, which they were. Let's just be honest. Reload time took forever, and the gun bullets were shit. It's just basically you become bayonet fighting, which is fucking awesome.
I feel like it's also the opposite of what's it called, like cosplay when you do it for war stuff.
Oh, fucking I know what you're talking about. The reenactment.
Yeah, so it's like the opposite side of reenactment because
this
reenactment's
is game
like
reenactment.
the camp, the lifestyle, the
there's
clothing,
camp and stuff,
whatever. I'm sure there is, but like when you do reenactment, the only thing you can't do is like actually shoot people. Like they can set up and like fire blanks or whatever. Yeah, but like the biggest part of that thing is like the actual warfare.
Yeah.
And like you see people doing all this like stuff and it's rustic and it's cool, but then like you kind of forget that the other side of that is just like dog shit rifles, like poorly aiming cannons and what have you. And like also I'm sure just fucking brutal too, where cannons rolling through like sounds horrific. I can't think of how terrifying it would be to just see like a cannonball roll through. And I don't know what this game does with like their actual graphics and whatnot, because that could be a little too visceral.
The graphics, I would say, are, I mean, I haven't seen a ton of people like die. It's kind of cartoony, but not really, not like Sea of Thieves level. It's just, it's like if you imagine like what we consider good graphics like 7 years ago.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So not terrible, but like not like Battlefield 2 graphics.
Yeah.
Or kind of Battlefield 1942 graphics. So like when you're not seeing people's arms rip off and
okay, that's good.
In like graphic detail. I don't know if they actually do blow off, but even if they do, the graphic level is not that much that you're like, oh my god. Like it's not like Last of Us where you're like picking up shit and you're like, holy fuck, like that's like incredibly visceral.
Yeah.
Like this is like, it just looks like a good time, and I'm sure there's a pretty toxic community I've heard in it too that can be like ridiculous, but it's like, fuck them.
Turns out war ends up being pretty toxic.
Yeah, but I bet this is probably like the gaming for all these like people who love to do reenactments. Like, hey man, we found the thing for you.
Yeah,
like I hate that shit. I think it's incredibly boring. But you know what? I'm in for this game. I'm in.
Yeah.
152, fucking fun as shit. Yeah. It's pretty great. It's pretty great.
Speaking of, we cannot gloss over Sea of Thieves.
Well, yeah, so it's been out for like 7 years. So it's not,
the new news this week.
It's just the Pirates of the Caribbean like storyline with Captain Jack Sparrow being incorporated in is pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's like what everyone wanted from this game to begin with.
Yeah,
like, that's what you're working toward.
They had to
is
get
like,
to that.
You want to be Captain Jack. And
he actually sounds like Captain Jack too. I don't know if he actually got him to voice it, but he sounds a lot like it.
I'm guessing not, but who knows?
I would bet not. Yeah,
I did have this conversation with people at work though, where everyone wants to be Jack Sparrow,
right?
But no one wants other people to be Jack Sparrow. And once you have 8 different Jack Sparrows running around,
it's kind of like bullshit.
Then it's like a little stupid, which is how I felt about the Star Wars Battlefront, where it's like,
but you can only have one.
You can only have one at a time,
right? So that way, it's like you can't have like 6 Luke Skywalkers.
Yeah, but it
I think I just shut down your point.
It still felt a little off. Like
what feels off to me is that playing as Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader or any of these people, you have these powers and they're stronger, but the fighting mechanics feel the same. Like I feel like I'm just slamming the click button, like the fire button, and I'm just swinging lights. I don't feel like when you play like the Fallen Order and shit like that, like you feel like
you were tearing people up.
Yeah, like you feel like that, but you also like the lightsaber feels like I feel like I'm moving like a Jedi.
There's a lot of different mechanics to it, and it's like really built around.
Right, when I'm the heavy armor class or playing as Darth Vader, the mechanics feel the same. Yeah. I'm just happy to stream like that. I agree with you on. It's like, I don't really feel that immersed into it. It just feels like it was just like
And Jack Sparrow sounds awesome, and I'm sure they have like some cool little voiceover bits and stuff like
I
that.
hope you don't play as him.
But
I hope it's like he's just an NPC.
That would be kind of fun.
Because then that way you can't have that issue.
Yeah. But like, if it's just Captain Jack playing the fucking hurdy-gurdy and like
where's the rum gone?
People, like, yeah, it's gonna be a little.
Yeah.
It's actually it's probably a little interesting putting these iconic characters in there, because then you do have to worry about people playing them and being a jackass with it.
Yeah.
And then the other point too, and especially with Battlefront,
Battlefront,
where you
felt like I haven't done that in a while.
like Darth Vader, and someone who doesn't know how to play him just gets freaking murked by somebody behind him, and it's like, well, what was the point of having that?
Yeah, he's not.
Where it's like, yeah, if you
it almost ruins the movies. Like, he's not that strong. You get the shit kicked out of him.
Yeah, and then you have like Jack Sparrow that's just like getting eaten by a shark, and you're like, that's not how that's supposed to go.
Well, he does get eaten by the Kraken, I guess. So maybe
Kraken is different than a shark.
That's true. It's like Seattle, right?
Anatomically.
That was a shitty NHL joke because they have a terrible. You could have been the Seattle Sockeyes, which sounds better, or the Sonics. You could have brought that name back, but no, you went the Kraken. You stupid fucking assholes. Not a video game. Well, actually, technically it is, because there will be an NHL 22. Bam! Brought it back to gaming, baby. All right, before we keep going too long, let's just get the trivia. We missed it last week, so tell you what I'm going to do to make this up. I have 2 bits of trivia this week.
Oh, God.
Because I have my normal trivia and then another gift that keeps on giving every month. NPDs are dropped, baby.
We're already on.
That's right, baby. We got May's NPDs, and J Baby's here to take care of you.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Shit.
So we'll both do a trivia. I have Best Gaming Dads in Trivia by ranker.com.
I am going to cross off Cyberpunk because we.
Oh, also, thank you for saying that. Cyberpunk coming back to the PlayStation Store.
Yes,
finally. They believe it's going to be a good enough experience now. It never left for me.
believe it's going to be a good enough experience.
They trusted. They didn't want people to download a shitty experience was their rationale.
That sounds like a really shitty like Tinder profile. Like, I believe that dating me will be a good enough experience.
I believe our first date is going to be a good experience. And if not, you can write about it. All right, so let's just get into trivia because we fucked it up last week. So let's just get in. Let's get in that ass. So I have 2. How many do you have? Just 1?
Gaming dads, yes.
All right, so maybe do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll sandwich you. All right, so we'll do dads first and we'll end on the MPDs because that's everybody's favorite. People get excited. People get stoked. So I was ranker.com. Ranker ranked the 12 best gaming dads in video games. So what I'm going to do is, because there's no way you're going to get it.
Is be real tedious with it, and I have to write all of them down.
Nope. I'm going to say the dad. And you tell me the game.
Ah, okay. Much better.
We'll go from bottom to top, so that way you can also get the level.
All right.
Now, see, these are dad or father figures, to be clear.
Okay.
So they become like kind of surrogate fathers throughout the game. All right. So, James McLeod. Number 12. Very famous.
Yep.
To someone you definitely played.
I know. Is it Star Fox?
Star Fox's dad. What? Specifically Star Fox 64.
Nice.
Nice. Yeah, I was like, you know this one.
I know.
This one you might not know. You might have heard of it, but Mike Hager.
Nah.
Final Fight is the game.
Okay.
You can just guess this one I forgot about, so I saw this list and I was like, oh fuck yeah, dude. This guy is ultimate dad move. Pretty shit, but definitely pretty intense. Ethan Mars. Number 10. Ethan Mars. It's not a space game, I'll just say that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go with Devil May Cry.
You cut your finger off at one point. All right. It's Heavy Rain. People will know that game. Heavy Rain is awesome. It's an incredibly immersive experience, and it's like it's by Remedy.
Right.
Pretty sure.
I will say that I have not even heard of that game.
Dude, you should play it. You would love it. It's
okay.
All time. It is really, really, really fucking good.
All
and
right.
it's really, really fucking creepy. All right. Eli Vance.
I'm just thinking Bob Vance.
Incredibly famous gaming franchise that I go on about quite a bit.
Resident Evil.
Close, actually. That's a fair guess. Half-Life.
Okay.
Alex's dad.
There we go.
We've definitely we've this. I mean, if you don't guess this game, I don't know how you can't. Octodad.
Octodad.
Yep. It's like I'm giving you the name. One of the best one. There you go. All right. Harry Mason.
Street Fighter.
Silent Hill, which we're going to have a horror game next episode. Be excited. We're going to deep dive into what it is about horror games. Not specifically new announcements, more of our favorite horror games and kind of why we like these and why this genre is good. So kind of be a genre specific next episode. All right. But that I only said that because that was about Silent Hill. All right. I'm not mad. I'm going to fuck up the pronunciation. Kazuya Kira. His first name kind of sounds like the series name. A franchise. It is a famous franchise as well.
What's his first name?
Kazuya. I also could be pronouncing that wrong, but the way I pronounce it makes it sound like the other word.
I am having trouble.
All right.
I don't know.
Yakuza series.
There we go.
It kind of sounds like it. This one I don't know if you played this game. It's a famous franchise, but remember, you're just guessing the franchise.
BioShock.
No.
Big Daddy.
No. Bayek. Bayek.
Mass Effect.
Nope. Assassin's Creed Origins. Well, number
BioShock.
4. Yep. Big Daddy. Big Daddy. Yep. Number 3. If you don't get this, I don't know. There's a ton of information of why you should get this, not just in games. Geralt.
Witcher.
Yep. Yep. So basically, he kind of is like the surrogate father of Siri. So that's why we're accepting him.
All right.
Because Father's Day is not just about dads; it's about stepdads, the other kind of dads, half dads, whatever.
Father-in-laws,
surrogate fathers, father figures.
Or just father figures.
Yeah. This one, heavy debate.
Grandfathers.
That you could. Number 2. I don't even want to say the name. I'll give you a hint before I say the name. Loki's father.
Yeah, drawing a blank. I mean,
Okay.
obviously we're talking about
Okay.
Kratos, but I was also thinking
What's the game series?
God of War.
Yeah, it is Kratos.
Yeah.
Loki is Atreus' real name.
Yeah. I was thinking
Remember at the end of God of War? Spoiler: the game's been out for like 2 or 3 years now,
Yeah.
so fucking get over it.
Odin. That's what I was thinking.
Oh yeah. And number 1, I'm not even going to say
Joel.
Yep. Number 1 is Joel. Last one. But if you think about it, he's actually a pretty shitty father. His real daughter died.
He did his best.
Yeah, I guess
Just
that's
like
true.
all.
There's
just
not,
like all dads.
There's not much like he could have done to stop that situation.
Yeah. I'm sorry that the bullet went around my shoulder and between my arms.
Right. Yeah, like he did everything he could. Well, no, I think she got shot when he picked her up, and then he turned around and like.
Yeah.
But anyway, but then there's no debate that he's
So what
also
happens when you lift with your
he
back.
also becomes the surrogate father of Ellie. I mean, that is blatantly clear to fill in the void of Sarah and all that.
I distinctly remember him saying, "I'm not your dad."
Well, he says that when they're yelling at each other.
Yeah.
Which is also like a very stepped. I feel like that's like a very. It's like you're not. It's
You're not my real dad.
Yeah, the kid says it, and then they're like, "But he is." And then you realize it all along. He was the father you needed, just like our fathers. Hey, Dad, love you. You are our real father, so we appreciate you. We might yell at you sometimes. You might yell at us, and we'll leave it at that. No,
Yeah.
it's like
The older we get, the more we yell at them.
exactly. It's you got to yell at us a lot. Now we get to steer it back. Now I'd say it's about equal.
Life's about balance.
Or they just don't care enough. Now they're just like, whatever. I'm like kind of retirement. I'm kind of chilling. Like, go fuck yourself. Go pour me another beer. We're like, fair enough. Let's have one together, brother.
Yep.
Or father. Whatever. All right. Love you, Dad. All right. So let's go to your trivia. But yeah,
All
I
right.
agree. Joel's number 1. But I would have said Kratos or Joel number 1, number 2. And if they were like bottom of this list, bullshit. There's nobody else that should be above either of those. I can't think of anyone.
I'm sure there's
I love the James McLeod throw.
like
though.
actual better dads as far as like what they teach their sons.
I would say Kratos and Joel, like Kratos and Joel, very much instill the father figure of how we grew up. With like I would say,
Yeah.
like it's like tough love. It's like don't be a fucking idiot. Go do that.
Yeah.
It's like Not like you're not babied a ton, but you're more like you're gonna learn to do this because I don't want to fucking do with you. I'm teaching you how to fish. I'm not giving it to you. If you whine, your fucking problem. Go do it.
Yeah.
Which is a parenting decision. These just happen to be the number 1 and 2 on Ranker. Is we all seem to always fall in love with the tough love daddy because we both have them. I don't know, but
Yep.
all right, let's do your trivia.
All right, so I am going to say one of the games that was announced or given an update at E3.
God damn.
And
dude.
you have to tell me if it is coming out 2021, 2022,
Okay.
2023, or no estimated release yet.
Oh my god, TBD.
Yeah. All right. Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
That was this year.
Next year, 2022.
Fuck. I knew. Did it say like January or something, or just like 20?
It says early. Oh, sorry. That is the other thing. If you give me a date, you get a bonus point.
Okay.
But if you guess a date and it's wrong, then you lose a point.
Okay, interesting.
All right. Metal Slug Tactics.
Yes, it was announced. Oh fuck. No, I have to say this before we continue. We got to pause the trivia. The biggest announcement at E3 for me, Advance Wars 1 and 2 going back to Nintendo Switch. I talked about this like 6 episodes, maybe 10 episodes ago.
Boot Camp.
Advance Wars is back, baby. We love it. I love it. Best fucking game on Game Boy Advance. Now it's back. You don't have to get an emulator. Get a Nintendo Switch.
I love how you get closer to the microphone when you yell.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part.
I haven't played Nintendo Switch for so long because I was waiting for the Pokemon and Trace, but I am fucking so motherfucking in. Advance Wars is fucking back. Can't wait to play 1 and 2. Woo! Hell yeah, because I was just talking about that. So good. It's so good. Thank you. How did I forget? All right, Metal Slug. I don't know. 2021.
Oh, you should have stuck with I don't know. No.
I don't know is the answer. I said it first.
Jurassic World Evolution 2.
That's this year. Fall.
Correct.
Yeah.
Apparently, like Jurassic World Evolution was not a terrible game.
Oh, I have it. It's awesome.
Word.
I actually really liked it. Yeah. It's like Roller Coaster Tycoon with dinosaurs, but like interesting enough because you can develop your own kind of dinosaurs.
Word.
Speaking of Roller Coaster Tycoon, Nom Nom Nom, sponsored by Hershey Park. Riding on Hershey Park roller coaster. Go get your Hershey Park ticket today and ride. They're not really a sponsor, but maybe they will be. But we curse too much. But I love them Reese's peanut butter cups.
Salt and Sacrifice.
TBD, because I don't know what that is.
2022.
That's what I said.
Blood Hunt.
2022.
2021.
Fuck! This is a terrible game.
Planet of Lana.
You should pick games that I would remember. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
2022. Just Dance. 2022.
2022.
2021.
No, I was gonna say that actually because it's like Madden. Like this year will be Madden 2022. Also, wow. When was the last time they made a Just Dance? Or have they still been putting them out?
My guess is it's like one of those like they've been updated with like multiple hyphens and colons.
I just can't. I remember that's huge when we were in high school. It was like fucking huge. That was like Rock Band, but now it's like those don't Guitar Hero.
It's probably like Just Dance 2012 update max extreme
okay.
bonus edition.
So this is the first new IP in a while.
I'm guessing
It feels like it is because I just haven't heard about it for so long. I should that one. I'm gonna say I did say 2021 because I didn't think about it for a second. We're gonna say I said 2021.
Okay, you're gonna say that Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope.
2022.
Correct. Avatar Frontiers of Pandora.
2022.
Bingo. Contraband.
2022.
To be determined.
Okay. I knew that was like 2022 TBD because the Xbox ones are
Replaced.
it's either TBD or 2022.
2022.
Yeah.
Forza Horizon.
5. 2022.
5. It is November 9th, 2021. I'm
Fuck.
sorry.
We're not going to play it anyway. So it's okay.
Redfall.
This is the one I want to play. This year, let's just say. I don't know.
2022. I'm sorry, buddy. By the way,
I was just hoping it was.
Forza Horizon has the Bronco in it, like a lot.
Yeah,
not,
I saw.
Not out yet.
Yeah, no. Yeah, well, neither is Forza Horizon.
Well, yeah.
It's It's also a video game. They're allowed to show game. They have concept cars. You know, it's just out.
But it's not a concept car. It's like a production car that was heavily featured in the trailer.
Yeah,
and
because people are excited about it. I mean, OJ's definitely buying it. He's fucking pumped.
Guardians of the Galaxy,
2022.
2021.
Fuck, that's actually early because that actually makes me happier. That one I'm glad about being wrong about.
Same here. Metroid Dread.
That looked really good. I don't remember TBD. Let's say
October 8th, 2021.
I was gonna say because Nintendo doesn't really do TBDs.
Not often, no. Advanced Wars 1 and 2 Boot Camp.
This year.
Correct. Do you want to give me a date?
I don't remember that.
Okay.
What is it?
December 3rd.
Perfect. Barely. Just in there.
Yeah. Cruise and Blast.
TBD. I don't know.
2021.
It sounds like an indie game, so I probably should have guessed that because those are going to have real release dates.
WarioWare. Get it together.
2021.
Correct.
Are you telling me to get it together, or that's the slogan?
That is the slogan.
I was like, all right, 2021, asshole. Like, fuck you. I'm working it out.
Yeah, we're 18 in. I'm like, get it together. Now is when you need to start answering correctly. Mario Party Superstars.
2021.
Correct. Strangers of Paradise. Final Fantasy Origins.
I don't fucking care. 2022.
Correct. 9 out of 20.
Yeah, but it's really 10 out of 20 because remember we
So 45%.
It's 50% because it's 10 out of 20.
In your heart. But not in the
also,
real
you
world.
didn't ask me like Starfield and stuff like that.
Correct.
That would have been November 11th, 2022. Like, I was ready for those.
And that's why I asked
When's the
you
trade?
ones that you
Pokemon
didn't
Trade
know.
is coming out January 2022.
I think you were a little biased during your coverage of E3. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
Just letting you know that there were other games announced.
Oh, I know, but I still got like I got half of those. I got 50%.
You got 9.
I got 50%.
Out of 20.
Remember, we agreed that I said 2021.
All right, let's do the.
I didn't have a
fucking
second. Yeah.
NPDs.
All right, so MPDs, you know me's.
MLB.
MPDs May 2021. All right, so top 10. I forget. We always change how we do this. So I'm gonna do.
I'm just gonna say games, and if they are on
You're
the
gonna
top
give me.
10 list,
You're gonna give me 10. Yeah, we'll do 10 games.
it's just gonna be.
Well,
a yes
it's that,
or, no.
or I was actually thinking about giving you 10 games,
Did you print them out?
and then you can guess what their ranking order is.
Did you print them out?
No, I was
Then
gonna
it's
read
not
them
gonna happen.
all. All right, well, it's more fun that way. Because then, like, when you fuck it up,
Again,
it's like your implicit bias.
I agree, but I'm gonna fuck them all up. I've
I'll
only
write 'em
gotten
down.
one right in like the 12 times we've done
I'll
it.
write them down for you right now.
The B, I still don't think it's fun for people listening on audio to just hear us saying numbers back and forth to each other.
We're gonna say the name. I'm gonna ask you what the game is. You're gonna tell me the number.
All right,
That's the same thing.
if you say so.
I mean, yeah, baby. All right, so you know what? You're not gonna be able to read my handwriting. All right, so I got halfway through that, and I was like, "Can I read my handwriting?" All right, fuck it. 10 games, baby.
Fuck it, we're doing it live.
Let's go. We're also doing publishers this week because I said that last time. So I will tell you that there is. I'll tell you the amount of publishers. So it's 10 total games. Oh, that one's an asshole move. I love that though. Okay. There are 7 different publishers for these 10 games.
Dope.
Games first. Go.
Returnal.
Okay.
MLB.
Bang.
Mortal Kombat.
Okay. Do you want to pick a number?
What is it? 10? I don't know.
I'm going to make you pick a number on that.
10.
Okay.
Cold War.
I know what you meant.
Call of Duty Black Ops.
That one I
whatever.
kind of just pencil in because it's like, yeah.
We did lose one of the Nintendo ones, so I think Mario Kart is the one that's still on there. We probably lost.
Wait, what do you mean we did lose? Did you look this up?
No, like
Okay.
last month.
Okay.
One of them dropped into 11 or whatever.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let's just say Smash Brothers, just to give some extra
Okay. You're on 6
things
by
in
the way.
there. anything even come out this month? I
got
was
six.
so
You're
looking
on
forward
six. You got
to
4 more.
the things for next year.
Suns in 4. 4 games left. You got it. Come on. There's 2 notable entries
I'm sure there's
that we've
Valhalla
discussed
that we've discussed.
in detail. Yeah, 3 left. I'm going to tell you afterwards if any of these are right, and then we'll do the publisher, because that way at least you can guess the publisher on what's actually there.
Yep.
Oh, actually, you probably know who publishes all this shit though.
I really don't. I know that you think I do. I can.
All right, 3 more. Come on, let's go. Rapid fire. Go. 1, 2, 3. Go. 3 games. 1, 2, 3. Go. 1, 2, 3. Go. Yeah, if we make a 60-second TikTok, I need these to be condensed, or I got to edit.
We
it
are
in.
never going to do this in 60 seconds. I want you to know that right now. Look me in the eyes. This is never going to happen.
We're going to get it down. We're going to get, because that rapid fire one was great.
It was.
I was actually thinking we should have done that with yours, but you fucked it up. You asked too slow. You should have been dates. Go. Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, probably.
Advance Wars, though. So exciting.
But then you would have talked about water for 18 minutes.
Water's great. It's hydration.
It
Aquafina,
is hydration.
brought to you by Glad You Game Pod. Or whatever. But also not.
Miles Morales,
Okay.
Breath of the Wild,
Okay.
and Tekken, the original.
Okay. So those are throwaways. You were doing very good. Incredible. The 1 and 2 you did not guess. I will leave them to the end. All right. You guessed first. Returnal. Correct. Number 8. It was ranking last month was 8. This month is 8. So just kind of stayed steady.
All right.
Pretty good sales perspective, actually. MLB The Show. Last month was 1. This month 3. Good. Mortal Kombat 10 came out years ago. It's Mortal Kombat 11. It's number 6.
All right.
Cold War, we pencil it in. It was 2 last month, 4 this month.
Oh, knocking it back.
Mario Kart 8 last month, 10. This month 7. Again, not including digital sales.
Interesting.
Smash Bros.
Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, you missed that. Yep. Smash Bros. Not on the board. Valhalla, not on the board. Miles Morales, not on the board. Breath of the Wild, not on the board. Tekken, definitely not on the board. All
I
right.
don't understand.
Number 1, incredible you didn't mention it, Resident Evil Village. Number 1 game. Number 2, Mass Effect Trilogy. Like the
Damn it. I knew there was a trilogy. I was going to say BioShock, but I knew that wasn't right. And
Yeah, I mean, the Resident Evil Village is outstanding that you did, because this is the month it came out.
Yeah, I feel like I've just
Resident Evil 1,
talked about it a
Mass
lot.
Effect 2, MLB 3, Call of Duty 4, Pokemon Snap 5, Mortal Kombat 11 6, Mario Kart 8 7, Returnal 8, Animal Crossing 9, Animal Crossing New Horizons 9 was 15. Again, not including digital sales, which is incredible. These are just physical sales.
Absurd.
And 10, it's incredible, Minecraft. All right, so out of everything I said, there's 7 publishers technically. I will give you, I will let you guess Minecraft, but I'll also give it to you.
You should just give it to me.
Well, who's Minecraft's publisher?
Isn't it like Mahjong or something?
So it's Mahjong, but they're owned by Microsoft, so technically it's listed as multiple publishers.
Okay.
So I'll give you that one. All right, so I'll just give you the name of the game. Pokemon Snap, Mario Kart 8, Animal Crossing.
Nintendo.
Okay. Resident Evil Village. Resident Evil. Good time. Come on, really?
Bandai Namco. No.
Just do it. We got it.
Yeah. Bandai Namco.
Capcom is
There we go. I knew it was one of those.
Mass Effect.
Bethesda.
EA.
It's in the game.
Call of Duty. This one does change every other year. So this one.
Yeah.
Actually, no, the developer changes. The publisher's the same every year. So the developer would be like Treyarch or Infinity Ward. But this is, or Sledgehammer. But the publisher is the same every year.
And Frostbite's just the engine.
That's not in this game.
That's fine. But
that's a
yeah.
DICE engine, which DICE is owned by EA. That's Battlefield. Competitor. Baby.
I like how you think this is simple and something everyone follows.
This is an incredibly, if you guessed the biggest publisher on
Bethesda.
the biggest publisher there, it's Activision Blizzard.
Dope.
That is a well-known one. This one
It is.
This
I
is
just don't
this
think
is
in terms
easily
of
the
that.
hardest one. Mortal Kombat 11. Like I want to get this one right, to be honest. You got this. Believe in yourself. The Animaniacs live there. That was an incredible pull, incredible reference. by me.
Cartoon Land? I don't know.
No, they live there.
The United States.
Warner Brothers Interactive. They literally live in the Warner Brothers sign on Warner Brothers lot. Like, come on, son. All right. Returnal.
I thought they just popped out of that during the
Returnal.
credits.
This is easy. This is a gimme.
Bethesda.
No, it's Sony. It's a first-party Sony game. That was bad. Fun fact, though. So we are in. So the year-to-date. Well, I'm not going to go over the year-to-date ones, like each one. I just want to mention this. Year-to-date numbers are in up to May. Resident Evil Village is number 2, and it just came out in May. And it's year-to-date, it's the second most selling game year-to-date.
That's
Only behind Call of Duty Cold War, which is pretty. It is the fastest selling and most selling Resident Evil by far, which is crazy.
yeah.
But it's also crazy to see that it. I mean, put it in perspective. Miles Morales is 6,
I'm like also just trying to figure out like that many people play horror games.
and Mario Kart 8 is 8.
That's like a genre breaking game. Like
Oh, Village was like so. I think Village kind of broke the mold
yeah.
because it's. I think that marketing they got people into it. It was kind of a drought of like, where's a new AAA game coming? And it was kind of like, I think a lot of people played 7, really liked it, and it kind of like. I mean, I think the marketing really behind it. It has some action, but not really. But I think we're getting to the point where like horror games are becoming like bigger and bigger. I mean, the craving for Silent Hill, which potentially Kojima might be hiding in another game, but we'll talk about that next week on the horror genre stuff because there is a new announcement I'll save for that.
Okay.
But it doesn't mean it's true. But Hideo Kojima did just start selling Silent Hill products in their shop, which is weird. So we'll just leave it at that. But listen to next week to find out. But yeah, Resident Evil Village.
Tune in next week.
Even when you play it, it just feels like. I mean, I've played every Resident Evil. I love them, except 6. That's a piece of shit. Everybody agrees. I know. But it feels like they've always been AAA, but this feels like they've really like. It is the best story, and I told you.
Quadruple A?
Yeah, quad A, baby. Might be quintuple A. But the story, I told you, it opens with like an Oscar level short, like animated short. That's like almost like Coraline kind of thing. And it's like, it's very cool. And they clearly held that in the narrative story of this. It's Resident Evil always been like all over the place, but the way it ties into the rest of the series and shows that it's kind of it's after everything, but also kind of a prequel in lore.
It's after and before?
Yeah, that's right. Because it's the latest entry in chronologically, but the lore goes all the way to being a prequel of everything, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it definitely, that's what surprised me too. I mean, it outsold every Resident Evil, and it's number 2 of the year behind Call of Duty, which is, I mean, I would never expect to be in front of that, but it's ahead of MLB The Show. Like when you're beating the sports games that like everybody just buys, like
as a reflex,
which MLB The Show is now on everything. That's crazy. I mean, it's beating out Mario Kart, Assassin's Creed, Minecraft, which Minecraft's been out forever. So.
Yeah.
But Miles Morales, I mean, we were talking about how many units that sold. I mean, this is like, it's crazy. I mean, good for them.
We don't have anything on the chat per se, but Casey's listening because she was just like, Warner Brothers.
Yeah. Oh, see, the Animaniacs. See, people know. Glad to hear it, but glad you came. But yeah, Resident Evil. Fucking, I cannot keep talking more about it. And guess what? I won't have to because I'm talking a fuckload about it next week.
Ooh.
So you'll catch us then. Thanks everybody for joining. Keep gaming. Resident Evil Village broke the mold. We're waiting for 9. They did not fucking announce it at Capcom, which pissed me off. But whatever. We'll get some stuff. We know it's coming. All right, everybody. Keep gaming. Keep being glad. Fuck those trolls on how game lengths work. And just game on whatever the fuck you want. Xbox Design Lab's great. PlayStation's probably going to do something. I'm excited. Horror games next week. I got to end this because I don't know how to stop talking. Bye. Love you. I have to walk over to a different computer to turn it off now. So this is
okay. Bye, people. Goodbye, people on the internet.